I'm John Osborne, and I am offering up my presentation for legal and ethical issues. My topic is job opportunities with underserved populations. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Congratulations, we're in a growing job field. Right now, the counseling field is projected to grow 29% between 2012 and 2022. So there will be plenty of opportunities as we graduate to find jobs in pretty competitive areas. But while we are out and about trying to find the best opportunity, let's not forget that for every place that we would want to work, where there is lots of competition to work, where there's good wages and an attractive advancement structure, there's at least one other place that works with a population that is underrepresented as far as healthcare workers go, and that is underserved as far as mental health care workers go. And that we have an opportunity as counselors to do something to change that in our world. And not only do we have that opportunity, there exist incentives and programs out there to help us do just that. And we're going to be discussing those at length a little later. Right now, you've got a chart in your notes that shows some of the major cities, the average income for a counselor in that city, the salary range, and the number of jobs. That's just designed to give you kind of an idea of what the Portland metro area looks like versus, say, Salem or Medford, and what the employment opportunities might be there for individuals who are more entrepreneurially minded and not afraid to start their own practice where the demand is great but the number of jobs is low. All right. So, as far as serving underserved populations, we're going to be talking about some specific opportunities. There are, according to the Health Resources and Services Administration, over 94 different classified HPSAs, which is a healthcare provider shortage area in Oregon. And a great number of those are in the northwestern corner of the state, right around Portland. And we'll be revisiting that lately, but right now just bear in mind that there's a lot of demand for healthcare workers who are willing to work in underserved areas with underserved populations, and that there is an agency called the HRSA that keeps track of that demand, and as we will see later, offers incentives for counselors to work there. So, what are some of the populations in the Portland area that are underserved? Two primarily come to mind, and two primarily are factually underserved by counselors. And those are the homeless and Native American tribes. And we will be discussing generally both of those populations, and we will also be discussing some of the organizations that exist in the Portland and Greater Oregon area that work with those populations. So, first and foremost, we have the homeless. According to the Housing and Urban Development Department, the homeless population in Portland is roughly 4,000. However, according to the Oregonian, that number could be the actual number of individuals who are unhoused or underhoused could be 4 times that. So we're looking at possibly 16,000 people. But according to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, about 20% of the homeless population struggles with mental illness, and another 20% struggles with addiction and substance use. Those are all areas that they could benefit from counselors in, and there are several organizations that are working to provide counseling services to those populations. Outside In is an organization that primarily focuses on homeless youth. They are not currently hiring a counselor, but they are primarily solutions focused and life coaching and medical help, that sort of thing, generally designed to get those young lives turned around. Northwest Catholic Counseling Center provides generalized mental health care services to clients who are low income, and no payment is required of clients, and care is provided regardless of background. Practitioners there practice from a variety of theoretical orientations, so worth checking out. William Temple House has operated since 1964, just like Outside In, and it is, again, low or no income, also focusing on family therapy. Cascadia is a larger nonprofit organization working with homeless, underhoused, and low-income people, and they offer a 7-day-a-week walking crisis facility, and that's located off of Southeast Division, and another mobile mental health response team that operates 24/7 in conjunction with emergency services. Both of those are great opportunities. Right now they're hiring for a mental health care counselor for the walk-in facility, I believe. There is also, in the larger Oregon area, a sizable Native American population. The Indian Health Service has its headquarters here in Portland, and it serves over 150,000 Native Americans across the Pacific Northwest. That is, again, an organization that is worth checking into. They're primarily responsible for helping tribes manage their healthcare and work as sovereign entities within the overall U.S. healthcare system. Some major clinics that work primarily with the Native American population are the Silet Community Health Clinic, the Grand Ronde Health Clinic and Wellness Center, and the Chemawa Indian Health Center. All of those are behavioral and mental health, and they work exclusively with the Native populations in those areas. Also headquartered in Portland is the Native American Rehabilitation Association, NARA, and they focus on rehabilitation of individuals with substance and alcohol use issues from all sorts of tribal backgrounds, and they have a residential program, and they are also currently hiring for a mental health care counselor, so they do some of that as well. They're worth checking out. They're in the west. They're on the west side of Portland, and they have a variety of programs. They do a lot of good in the community. Please understand this is just a sampling of those organizations. I could go all day on the different organizations, the different programs they offer. There's a lot out there. Central City Concern, Care Oregon, all of these are great entities to check out if you're looking at working with the marginalized or the homeless or with Native American populations and want to use your skills that way. But we need to talk about some of the incentives that are out there for working with these populations, and what are some of the benefits that you can reap apart from, obviously, the benefits that come from serving. And we're going to jump back to our mention of the HRSA and these places that the Department of Health and Human Services has designated as healthcare provider shortage areas, HPSAs. And so in your handout, there's a pretty comprehensive link that will take you to all of the HPSAs in Portland and all of the HPSAs in Oregon. And they are graded on a scale. Above 20 is urgent, and below 20, the need is significantly less urgent. And what you will find is that those locations that are urgent will get more attention as far as loan repayment for clinicians involved there, and areas that are less urgent will get less attention. And one of the benefits of working at areas that are high priority HPSAs, or even moderate priority HPSAs, is that you can apply with the HRSA to get your student loan debt paid off in exchange for a 2-year commitment for working with that particular clientele at that particular clinic. And so not only can you gain benefits by, especially let's say this is in the context of you've just graduated, you're working on your postgraduate client contact hours, you can gain benefit working with a diverse population in a challenging setting and get your loans paid off. The link to the application and all of the relevant information is also in your handouts there. So as we jump into this exciting, expanding job field, Don't forget the underserved and the underrepresented, because there are benefits and incentives for working with them, and the need is great. Thank you.